This little girl's like, Stitch, I want to join the Marines.
Welcome to the Friday Voiceover Nerdcast. This week, two geeks are a little late for dinner. But first, I am joined by I'm your host, Derek Yarnovic. Joined by my
Go ahead.
handsome...
Introduce me first.
No.
Oh.
I am your co-host, Derek Yarnovic. Joined by my...
I am your co-host, Derek.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, man.
Why are we late for dinner? I'm so hungry. I actually am really hungry. I ate a pepperoni roll before this. Oh, okay, here. Do you know that pepperoni rolls are a local thing?
I did not.
I went to, even as far as like a couple years ago, we went to Columbus for a school thing, and nobody there knew what a pepperoni roll was.
Is it like local to our area or like up towards Pittsburgh?
I think it is kind of a Pittsburgh thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah. I have family that lives down in North Carolina.
Okay.
None of them. I mean, the people who were from here, like my grandma grew up here.
It seems like such a very easily.
It is. It's just cheese and meat wrapped in dough and baked. It's basically like a hot pocket,
right?
Kinda, but yeah, no, native. Not a lot. There are a lot of people I've talked to. I have a friend, a cousin in Colorado, and a cousin in. Well, it's my cousin's cousin. I don't think that makes us related. But he lives up in Canada. Okay. Neither of them have a clue what pepperoni roll is. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's also a local thing, and you made a video about it, about our local pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I did think about that. That's a deep cut.
That's a deep
I guess
cut.
not a deep cut. It's one of my most popular videos, but
well, I guess
I made it years ago though.
But it's definitely, there's local things everywhere, and it'll go into our topic today a little bit. But first, I want to talk about something that's pretty much trending right now.
Okay.
It's all over TikTok, all over my feed on TikTok.
TikTok on the clock. DJ blow my speakers
up. How familiar are you with the childhood movie Lilo and Stitch?
Fairly.
Fairly?
Stitch is annoyingly everywhere.
Correct. Yeah.
And the movie itself is pretty good. I remember I saw it a long time ago at this point. I was definitely a kid when I saw it. I don't know when last time I would have seen it would have been, but I watched that and the show that was on Disney Channel growing up. I want to say there's a sequel I think that I might have seen as well, ? But I'm not as confident on that.
Yeah. Did you just audibly punctuate? You're such a fucking nerd. Okay.
Well, it's almost like we're on a show dedicated to nerd things.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a bit of a thing that I would do, that I would allow punctuation occur.
Okay. But so the motto of the movie. Like,
Ohana means family.
Family means no one gets left behind.
Yeah.
So I want to preface this.
Okay.
I did not see the movie. I'm not going to see
The live action one?
The live action.
Okay.
I'm not going to go see
I have
it.
no interest in it either. I hate all these Disney live action remakes.
Exactly. I wasn't hopeful, and a lot of the news that's coming off of it. So a lot of this news and a lot of this perception of the movie is secondhand. So I want to put in there, and also spoiler warnings for anyone who wants to watch the movie. Skip ahead like 10 minutes,
Or just watch the original.
or watch the original. You'll be much happier.
So many animators put so much love, time, and craft into that. That was an original script that they came up with, and now it's not a live action remake that is terrible and awful, horrible looking, and is a rehash of something that already exists that was done better. So
Right.
that's how I feel about every live action remake.
How much do you know about the Lilo and Stitch live action?
I remember seeing that they took out an important character from the original, but I can't remember who it was. And I have seen, as far as what's not in the trailer, because I've seen that trailer a couple different times from movies I've seen recently. I did see that they put out, I can't remember their names, those two aliens who come disguised looking for Stitch, how they look, and wow, they are ugly. I also saw that rather than like in the show and in the movie, they had, they were just like in wigs and dresses, like pretty much, right? And in there they're like full on disguise, like they look like people. I saw in a trailer.
So I want to make sure that I have the correct character here. But they took out, I think his name is Jumba. No. they took out the basically the villain of the whole thing. Like he was a cop, intergalactic cop, that big guy.
Oh yeah,
They
it's like
took-
his head was like
yeah.
shaped like that, like the
Yeah,
moon.
like kind of like had little horns and everything like that.
Yeah.
They took him out. He's gone.
How?
He's like the antagonist to the movie,
Yeah.
other than the CPS, that guy, the big
Oh yeah.
big dude. They changed a lot about him. The scientist, the one who created 626, no longer has an accent. And I want to say this. Ohana no longer means family, and no one gets left behind. Ohana now means Child Protective Services. Because Nani, she gives up Lilo to Child Protective Services at the end of the movie, so she can go to mainland to study marine biology.
Whoa, okay, hold on. There's a lot to unpack there, but my first thought is, would it not make more sense to study marine biology near the ocean in Hawaii?
Hold on. I'm gonna let's dig into that a little bit, because you're on to something really big there. So Hawaii has 3 major universities.
Okay.
3 of the best universities in the world to study marine biology. Nani, she is a native Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Okay. The University of Hawaii, native Hawaiians who study marine biology can go for free.
Brother, what?
I think it was like Wisconsin she's going to or something like that.
Wisconsin? There's no oceans in Wisconsin.
Like she and I understand that, like, they're trying to push a narrative like you don't have to give up all you are to take care of some, like, go chase your dreams, girl boss.
Dude,
but what? The whole movie was sisters sticking together after their parents died.
Dude, you know
in
what this
a car
is?
accident.
Dude, you know what this is just like?
Fortnite.
No, this is just like the Emoji Movie, where they spend the entire time building this romance between Jean and Jailbreak, and it's like, yeah, so there's kind of a connection there. And then at the very end, she's like, no, Jean, I won't be tied down. Like, that's fine. I am 1000% here for the Let's Go Girls message. I love it. Empower women. I love women. I love women a lot. But the thing is, don't, as a story thread, set up a romance if you're not gonna pay it off.
Right.
Or the same thing here. Like it's not a romance if it's sisters. You know, but like, don't set up this theme of family always sticks together and then have them not stick together.
Right. And they're trying to portray the message where, like, family doesn't always mean blood, and they're like, I guess she left Lilo with like a trusted family, like friend kind of thing. But like the whole plot for Lilo and Stitch was they're trying to make things work, and Stitch comes in and helps stitch them together, like creates.
That's why he's called Stitch.
But no, like there's like this whole thing, and then like I think his name is Jumba. Pleakley and Jumba. They, and I could be completely wrong. I probably should look that up. They create this family. Like, she needs support. You know, like, they have this whole thing.
That's why the one-eyed dude wears the wig.
Yes, but in this one, doesn't cross-dress. That's completely gone. Went from like a scientist assistant that would be completely like reputable, had like all about the Earth species. He knew everything. Now he's a bumbling fucking idiot. Same, but still. But like the way that they're trying to justify this, and like they took out the cop dude, and they were like, didn't fit. We tried it. What do you mean? Then don't make a remake. Don't make a live action remake if you're going to change it like that much.
Like, I just don't understand this. This actually kind of comes back to what Michael was talking about, the episode that we had him on.
IP mining.
The IP mining, yeah. It's, you know, they keep rehashing all this old stuff. And the hard part about it too is that they're all doing it. Like,
oh, everyone.
You know, I'm a sucker for superheroes and superhero movies and like that. They rule the market right now because they are marketable and
yeah.
What's the word? Recognizable words.
What
am I talking about? Properties.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing. Like I said, it's easier with something like that where you can call it an adaptation, right? Like with the superhero stuff, they're adapting comic books. Or you're talking about movies, whatever. It's an adaptation. Like they have the Hunger Games, new Hunger Games thing coming out.
Yeah.
But they make these books for these movies now.
Right.
Things like that. It's you can maybe justify it here and there, but like, there's like no original stuff anymore. Everything's either a sequel, a remake, or an adaptation.
Well, that kind of thing, I can think that kind of goes back to how we had a conversation about not just only games where they're not. I think everyone's afraid to try something new and fail at it. Like, obviously, you're gonna have predetermined stories, and if you're gonna make a movie about those predetermined stories, don't change it in such a way that you're gonna ruin it. Like I get it. You want to put your own personal touch on it. You kind of want to change it a little bit. But like, if someone's gonna watch a movie named Lilo and Stitch, and there is a original that is wonderful, it's a really good movie.
You know what I will say? In saying that, we need to support things that come out when they are original. I'm going through this list. I was going to do this as a point of like showing all this stuff. Like, this ballerina movie coming out is a spin-off of John Wick. John Wick was kind of an original thing, but it's a spin-off of John Wick, so it's and Karate Kid Legends is another big one coming out. That is a spin-off / sequel.
They did a Netflix series of the Karate Kid.
Cobra Kai. I've heard that's really good.
I enjoyed the first couple seasons of it, and then it came very, very repetitive.
But I did see this. Have you seen trailers for the Phoenician Scheme? It's a new Wes Anderson movie coming out.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Wes Anderson?
Fairly, yeah.
I've seen a couple of his movies, and I've liked them every time. And this one looks really good. I think it's about a bunch of assassination attempts on like this criminal lord, whatever. And Michael Cera's in it, and I like Michael Cera a lot.
Michael Cera.
Thing like that. This, to my knowledge, is if it's based on something, I don't know what it's based on. To my knowledge, this is completely original. It looks good. This needs supported. Things like this.
Yeah.
I'm going through, looking at some of these bigger ones. Looks like they're remaking Crawlers. How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. 28 years later, that's a sequel. Elio is coming out from I think it's Pixar. That looks pretty good. Pixar used to be like every single movie that came out was a banger, and they haven't really been that way for a while. I haven't seen a lot of the ones that people say are bad, but the ones people say, like, I watched Soul. Did you see Soul?
No,
dude, I cried watching Soul. Dude, Soul is such a good movie. I watched the movie with my little sister, but we were both like, "Wow, I think I'll be a better person after watching this." But yeah, that one looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to be fair to a lot of the original IPs.
F1, Megan 2.0. What is Hot Milk?
Hot MILF?
No, Milk. It's apparently a drama.
I'm lactose intolerant. I'm not.
Jurassic World Rebirth. That is a sequel to a spinoff.
Yeah.
To a sequel. Superman obviously coming out. Is it the superhero ones are a little bit harder to like pin for sure.
Kryptonite?
I know what you did last summer. That's a remake. Another Smurfs movie. Fantastic Four. They're making another Naked Gun. It's like a half spinoff, half remake.
Guns don't wear clothes.
Not
That's
remake,
stupid.
It's half sequel, half remake. Because it's supposed to be kind of like a continuation of the original, but it's basically a remake.
But aren't all guns naked? I mean, they don't wear clothes.
The Bad Guys too.
You're ignoring me.
I am. Freakier Friday. That's a sequel.
Hey.
Nobody 2. I wanted to watch that first Nobody movie. You know about Nobody? It's an action movie starring Bob Odenkirk, who played Saul in Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I got really into him after I watched Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I went back and watched some of his comedy stuff because he was a comedy actor.
Yeah.
And then he did that and he got known for doing serious stuff. But like he's a funny guy. He's really funny. I like him a lot. Bob Odenkirk is a good guy.
Hell yeah. I think we're digging too deep in the
I think you're right. I think
movies.
I'm losing the plot a bit.
Losing a little bit of plot, but I think that like when it comes down to it, I mean, I think specifically talking about one company, and do not sue us, but Disney has been flopping these remakes hardcore.
And they all suck. You know what really bothers me? When people refer to the Lion King one as the live action remake.
It's
animated.
It's
just animated with CG instead of the regular 2D animation. Just because they look real doesn't mean it's real. They're animated. It's animated Donald Glover lion.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. It's just better animation.
What about better?
Well,
realistic, maybe.
Realistic.
Better, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, that's your opinion. But yeah, I just feel like they're doing a lot with it. It's not sitting well on a lot of people's palate.
So like I understand like they bring up a lot of these like, we couldn't do this or that, whatever for this new one we're doing. Then don't do it, because I think they did the same thing with Mulan. Mushu's not in the live action Mulan at all. Mushu is like the best part of that movie.
Absolutely,
he's not in it at all. I think they were saying because they felt like he was insensitive to the culture, or whatever. And honestly, I could maybe understand that, because like genuinely, you don't want to.
Yeah.
But like he was fine then. Is it different now? Like was it like ignorant then, or whatever? People still reference it all the time. He's on merch like that. Like it's not like he's like someone that they like lock away, like something like the like some of their old, because Disney has a past. They've been around for so long that like they have some old racist cartoons like that. Yeah, sure. But like Mushu is not locked away at all. Everyone still knows who Mushu is.
Well, here's the thing, and I want to preface this by like going. As old white man as it is for me to say this, I think a lot of people are getting too overly sensitive. And I'm not saying it like,
back in my day, we just did whatever we wanted. No, everyone was so sensitive.
I get it, but I feel like no matter what you do, someone's going to be offended with what you say, and we're digging too deep into the nonsensical things where it's like, no matter what you do, someone's going to hate it.
Mm-hmm. I think I see what you're saying. I think you're saying it a little bit weird though.
I
think it's you can't please everybody.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Is Disney is repeatedly trying to please everybody.
Yeah,
and in doing so, upsetting everybody. I mean, not everybody, but like
they're upsetting people. I mean, it.
I just think that it ultimately just comes down to is they're making problems for themselves by doing these remakes. Obviously, people are going to compare it to the original. Mm-hmm. Obviously, people aren't going to like it as much as the original. Like never in my life, if I sit down and I think to myself, I feel like watching a Disney movie, am I gonna put on like the live action Cinderella?
No. Or
the live action Beauty and the Beast? Why would I put on the live action one when I can just watch the original?
Exactly, and that's what there's a place for it. And I feel like if you're marketing nostalgia, you better bring the nostalgia.
Or just do it well. Give a reason to watch that one instead of the original.
Exactly.
That's good and makes sense, as opposed to like, the ending's different, but the ending is stupid. Ship her off to Wisconsin. There's no oceans in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And I think there was also 2 or 3 references to her joining the Marines.
Lilo?
No.
This little girl's like, Stitch, I want to join the Marines.
That would be hilarious. But no, it was like, I guess Lilo was like, you go and join the Marines. And like someone behind was like, no, she's going to be a marine biologist.
I think we have to go watch.
I think there was
but
I don't
want to give them my money. I don't want to support it, but I feel like we can't be dogging on it like this if we haven't seen it.
I'm dogging on it. I've seen clips. I've technically seen it.
Fair enough.
But like, yeah, it just it lit a fire in me today, watching and reading all of it, that I had to talk about it today.
You know what? This isn't super relevant. Did I mention that I bought a $100 Star Wars helmet last episode?
You did not mention it. I saw it last time.
Yeah,
but we did not talk.
Did you see that guy a coin with it too?
Yeah, I saw the coin.
It's metal. It's a metal coin.
Yep, that's metal. Yep. That sounded like it hurt.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
It's a 501st Clone Trooper helmet I got at GameStop. I walked in there and I was like, you know what? I own a stealth version of Cap's shield from Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and I own a Lego version of Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
And that's 2 of the big 3 from Marvel. I don't really have anything specifically Iron Man, which is like he's the other big one, right?
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna get an Iron Man helmet. Out of all the stuff to get for Iron Man, the 2 options are kind of like an arc reactor or a helmet. I'm gonna get a helmet. And then I walked in there and I saw that 501st Clone Trooper helmet, and I was like,
Have you
"Ooh."
made it so that it doesn't wobble so you can use it during
No,
sex?
I actually have no idea. What?
What? Aren't you wearing it? Try to wear it during the naughty time.
No. But yeah, this is probably one of the coolest things I own now. I think this is a good purchase.
Yeah.
I also afterward bought Star Wars Battlefront 2
Okay.
and the Celebration Edition upgrade. You ever played Star Wars Battlefront?
Yes.
You ever played Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No.
You should.
I should.
Get my buddy on. We're gonna play tonight. Triple XP on Wednesdays.
Hell yeah. That's. You know what? I like the idea of having a certain day where you get more XP for something.
It's hitting a high right now. Apparently, I didn't know why, because I don't think anything specifically Star Wars is like coming out right now. It's like super huge, but apparently Andor season 2 just ended. I haven't really been keeping up with that. Ooh, got my glass.
I can't see without my glasses.
And that made everyone want to play.
Velma looking ass.
There we go.
You already broke those motherfucking
I
things?
broke one in the first week.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
it made people want to play Star Wars again. So actually, Star Wars Battlefront 2 in this past week hit the highest player number.
When did it come out?
2017,
Wow.
and it just peaked at like 20
Peaked all time.
all time. Then in this past week.
Why?
That's what I said. I didn't think there was a specific reason, but apparently Andor season 2 just ended, which is a Star Wars
Yeah.
show. People are like all about Star Wars right now.
Okay, yeah. that
So
makes
I
sense.
played it a lot on my Xbox One,
Yeah.
but I have a PS5 now, and it
Yeah.
really kind of sucks because I spent a lot of time on Battlefront 2,
Yeah.
and none of that progress is transferable. So I am
Oof.
back at level 1. I played 2 rounds yesterday. I did a round of Supremacy for the Republic.
Okay.
I got my Assault up to level, I think, like 6, and I got my Jet Trooper up to level, I think, 3. And then I played a round of Heroes versus Villains and got my Darth Maul up to level 5.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Gotta put in that work if I want that old master skin.
Yeah. You do. I'm willing to play it.
You should get it. It's like $20.
I might hop on the Star Wars train.
You get on.
Oh, yeah.
I have my buddy Malcolm plays, and his buddy Ian's getting on, so we could get all 3.
We get a squad.
Like a whole squad of clone troopers, dude.
Can I be like comically accurate and just like fire everywhere?
There's a difference between storm and clone troopers, okay? Stormtroopers, you'll miss every time. Clone troopers, man.
They know what's up, you know what I'm saying? They don't miss.
Okay.
All right.
I think that we could, I don't know, go to our main
Yeah, what
topic
you got
today.
for me, huh? What do you want to talk about?
So,
Is it the crushing weight of reality and society and the expectations that are put on us as men?
I don't need you to spiral me right now.
All right,
I
then.
need to lock in.
Star Wars!
Star Wars. No, because I will break down on microphone here.
Okay, but tell me that wouldn't be great content. We'll finally get our show out there. I'll just post clips of you
Just
crying.
me crashing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what is my purpose? What am I doing here?
What was this for? No, I think we're gonna have a lovely conversation about food.
Oh.
Food mostly in fictional work. Where
You ever
it's
had
like,
food before?
yeah, I like it from time to time.
Yeah.
Speaking of food and things that I've
You know what sounds really good right now?
Mandarin orange
No, dude. A bologna sandwich with mayonnaise and mustard.
minus the mustard. I'm in.
No, dude. Mustard sounds so good right now.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of mustard, but
you look like you would be a big fan of mustard.
yeah. No, I tried Mandarin oranges for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
and I've been hardcore into Mandarin oranges.
This is something we could get onto. Neither of us are super like into the cooking scene, but I'd argue that's a niche. That's like a nerd thing.
I would say, yeah, maybe.
Something I'd like to get into at some point eventually for sure. Is like the point of this show is it's a variety of nerd stuff.
Yeah.
You know, mainly for the sake of like I didn't want to get locked into like anime or
Yeah.
comics or Star Wars or stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? It's like for all that stuff. But I think it's like, and that's mainly what we're gonna be sticking to. But I
Yeah.
think at some points, like I'd like for certain episodes to branch out to things that are like nerdy, Like you could be a nerd about cooking. My big thing I brought up in the episode, we talked about what makes a nerd. Episode 7, if you'd like to check that out.
Yep.
I talked about music. I would definitely like to have an episode where we talk about music.
Oh yeah, and we kind of had a little bit of one with the anime openings where it was music-esque.
Yeah, but I mean like specific like music. Like that was intros to show. I mean like music.
Yeah.
You know, like what are you into? What's your favorite song right now?
Right now it is a couple different ones. So Sleep Token is my favorite band.
Okay.
Right now. I would say of all time, it's very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really, really into Sleep Token. They just released an album May 9th. Where
Same day Wild Party dropped their first album in 11 years.
Yeah. But it was even in Arcadia, it was a really, really good album. And I would say you could put that album on shuffle and I would be happy with anyone that comes up.
That's a good album.
Yeah. I could listen to it from start to finish and just I won't skip a song.
Yeah.
And honestly,
there
that's
aren't
what
a
I
whole
think
lot
about
of albums
album.
I listen to that are like that.
Yeah.
Like I do really like. I think Torches by Foster the People. It's hard because a lot of what I listen, like the only albums I have, I think that are like I like start to finish are 21 Pilots albums because they're my favorite band.
Okay.
And it's super easy to just be like, I like all these songs.
I thought Big Time Rush was your favorite band.
I'll get into that.
Okay.
That's another thing too. Is I mean, a lot of it's just like if you like the band. Like, I mean, people on it. I gotta calm down. To be perfectly honest, Big Time Rush kind of is another one like that. Where like I like all of their albums, you know, and I think it's because I like Big Time Rush. Not necessarily because I like those songs. Because if like maybe another artist did those songs, I might not like them as much. You know, so it's trying to like keep that bias out of there. So not including like ones like that.
Yeah.
I think Torches by Foster the People is a near perfect album.
Okay.
I think that Port of Morrow by the Shins is a near perfect album.
Okay.
I think that Phantom Pop by Wild Party, their first album, that's nonstop, nothing but melt your face pop music, dude. It's so good.
Hey yo.
Both Folie à Deux and So Much for Stardust by Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
Those are bangers.
Yeah, I would say. Are you familiar with? I'm sure you've listened to them. Linkin Park.
I know of Linkin Park. I know
Okay.
I know the popular stuff, but I've never like delved into Linkin Park.
Okay. Linkin Park was one of my favorite growing up, and Meteor and Hybrid Theory I owned on CD.
Nice.
And
I like collecting CDs. I got a couple right there. I have a lot more in my car.
But it was one of those. Those are like the introduction to music that like I loved every song on.
Did you ever have like a point where you found music and you're like, oh, this is like real music? Like, what's where you started developing your own taste?
Yeah. So, my brother and we kind of bonded over music, and like a lot of the bands back then, because he listened to a lot of what I would call now my genre. Like he had Scaring Kids.
I don't know that. I have Something Is Killing the Children, the first trade right here on comic. It's published by Boom Studios.
Yeah, but it
It's
was a
actually pretty
band.
good. I'm gonna give you that at some point.
Okay, it was a band back in the day, and then like it's just a bunch of like that emo kind of like rock, kind of metalist kind of music, and I mean to this day I listen to a lot of it, and I still have it's not a phase, Mom. I'm emo, and you know it. We were going to go see Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens, and it ended up didn't working out. We didn't end up going. Life happens, but those are still some of my favorite bands. You know, Bullet for My Valentine. There's a band called Issues.
Sounds like you like the
I like metal.
Yeah, like the more rock end of like emo music. It sounds like.
Yeah, I like more of like the Day to Remember, the Falling Universe, the Bullet for My Valentine.
I love Bad Girls Club by Falling Universe.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
Yeah,
Rodney Radke is very, very solid.
I've heard he's not a great person though. I actually know a guy who met him.
Yeah.
Actually, you know the guy that I know that met him.
I've also met him.
Ronnie Radke?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think you've told me that story before.
I literally told you the story where I drank out of his pimp cup.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
My fault. So I actually know two people who've met Ronnie Radke.
Yeah. He wasn't a good person back in the day, but he's starting to... He's got his redemption arc.
He's still with rubber weights.
He's still with Bubba Waits. No, the guy that's kind of like shitty that's doing a like real big art. he's kind of leaning into it. So the lead singer from Dance Gavin Dance.
Don't know that one.
I can't remember what his name off the top of my head is.
It's probably like Gavin.
No.
Y'all listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lived in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue like him. Inside and outside, blew his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him.
And himself and everybody around him. He ain't got nobody to listen.
I'm blue.
His name was Johnny Craig.
Oh, okay.
I guess there was a big issue with like he was like puking on stage. He was doing drugs. There was a big controversy with a MacBook. He sold it, but he sold it to like a bunch of people that actually didn't get it. So like that's one of the big things. Like there was a song that was going big on TikTok, and he ended up like going off of it, and people were commenting in his section, "Hey, where's my MacBook?" It was cool, but I absolutely love the old Dance Gavin Dance. Like it's just that's type of music.
You know what? It's one band that I've always felt like if I gave a proper chance, I would probably like, but I cannot stand the lead singer, so I won't listen to them.
Who is it?
Panic at the Disco.
Really? You don't like Brendan Urie?
I think Brendan Urie is a punk ass bitch.
Why?
That's
a hold on. That's a
Yeah.
Big opinion.
Yep.
I need
and
you to
I
explain.
1000% stand by. Well, first of all, just like based solely on like, you know, what I can control.
Okay.
You know, what is a personal me thing.
Yeah.
I don't really care for his voice, to be honest with you.
Really?
It's very pitchy in my opinion. He sings so much higher than I feel like he needs to.
That's fair.
It's annoying to me, and I understand that that's definitely a personal thing. That's not really what makes him a punk ass bitch.
Okay. Yeah, you said that 3 times now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to say it more because
Okay.
I cannot stand Brendan Urie.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So I don't know that much about the lore about Panic at the Disco because of that reason. I don't really care for them.
Uh-huh.
I will say though, nostalgia has blinded me enough to say that I do really like the song 9 in the Afternoon off the album Pretty Odd.
Yeah.
That song was on Rock Band 2, and me and my brother shredded that song. Killed it.
Yeah.
Love that song.
Supported him. This punk ass bitch. You supported him.
No, I supported Rock Band 2 and Harmonix and EA or whoever else the hell made it. I did not support Brendan punk ass bitch Urie.
They paid him.
Yeah!
You peaked my fucking mic.
No, he definitely has said a lot of stuff that I think is kind of deplorable.
Yeah.
He has been caught saying the N-word a lot of times.
Fair.
He I don't know. I can't really stand him, and he annoys the hell out of me. And has gotten to a point where I just can't really enjoy their music.
That's fair.
Which is it's like the only emo band of the big ones that I don't really like. I love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah,
Fall Out Boy is one of my favorite bands. Twin Pilots is usually gathered in there. I don't really think that they really fit in there, but I love them. It's my favorite band.
Yeah, I think they're on like the outer escorts of
yeah, they're like the attachment. Like it's a triangle, but then sometimes you put the little thing on the bottom and it becomes a tree. Yeah. But and I like MCR to a degree. I wouldn't say I'm as big on them as either 21 Pilots or Fall Out Boy, but I think MCR is pretty good.
Yeah.
Cannot stand Panic at the Disco.
Well, that's fair. So I think I've not had a lot of lore about Brendan Urie. Mm-hmm. But I do like his voice.
Well, I will tell you he's a punk ass bitch.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know that much.
I've heard. But no, I love.
Hear me out. We start making merch for the show, right? And one of the very first ones we get is
BBC.
No. We're not doing BBC. No, we get one that's like a shirt and it's like big puffy like old like Care Bears font almost, right? And it's like big colorful and it says Brendan Urie is a punk ass bitch. I would wear the hell out of that shirt.
I could make that happen.
Dude.
I know a person. But yeah, no, I think music right now is actually one of the bigger parts of my life. But to kind of go back to the conversation before we went on like a 5
No, you're
tangent,
right. We could definitely have a whole other episode for that. We should put that on lock.
no, I was talking more so like I hated music as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
I remember having a crash out with my brother because he was like talking to me about music, and I was like, I hate music. He was like, no, you can't fucking possibly hate music. I was like, I hate it.
See, I was the opposite and I think it's because of Big Time Rush, to be perfectly honest with you, because as a kid, the pilot for Big Time Rush came out in December, I think, of 2009 when I was like 4. Right? I've been watching Big Time Rush since I was like little.
That's some Camden canon.
And obviously the whole point of that show is they're a band. They make music.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I listened to a lot of them. I listened to a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff growing up, like the Victorious, iCarly. Dude, Miranda Cosgrove, who plays Carly on Victorious, or not Victorious. Well, I guess on Victorious.
iCarly?
Yeah, on iCarly. And she was also Megan on Drake and Josh. Released, I think, 2 or 3 albums.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Dude, Sparks Fly by Miranda Cosgrove, banger album. There's the one song, Kissing You. Oh my god. About You Now. Oh my god. Can we bring yesterday back around? 'Cause I know how I feel about you now. Dude, Miranda Cosgrove made some bangers. A little bit of Naked Brothers Band in there, dude. And then that's kind of where I asked, like, where did you start to develop your own taste? Because that was like all I listened to for a good chunk of my childhood was just the Nickelodeon stuff, a little bit of like Disney stuff here and there. And then like I listened, like, it was pretty much just that or what was ever on the radio. Or my sister had 3 CDs when we were the kid that was kept in the car. And it was, I believe, Take Me Home by One Direction.
Okay. Rest in peace.
Sticks and Stones by Cher Lloyd.
Okay.
And whatever the That's What I Call Music album was from like 2012, maybe 13.
Yeah.
So it was Nickelodeon, that, or what was ever on the radio, right? And then around like 2015 or so, whenever Stressed Out and Ride got popular, that's when I found 21 Pilots, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, maybe music is more than Big Time Rush.
Yeah.
And then
It's
I went
broadened
on a spiral.
horizons. So I grew up so my introduction to music from the earliest that I can remember was in the car, and we had a radio station called Delilah at night.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York? I hate that song, fun fact.
But it was like a lot of
Plain White Tees were on iCarly. You know who was on iCarly? Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh, I knew that.
With my headphones on. That was another one. Headphones on by Miranda Cosgrove was on Rock Band 2 as well. Crushed that song. It's one of the only songs I can get 100% on every single time.
Yeah?
Yep. 10:28 on the digital clock. I know it's late, but I just can't stop.
You're loving this, aren't you?
All this jumping around, all this wasting time. It's getting to be a habit of mine.
But
Sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
You're good,
My fault.
man. You're good. You're excited about it. I love it. Basically, it was like I think 80s like love music or something like that. Like it
Like
was
Love in an Elevator.
No, I'm not familiar.
Loving an elevator, living it up when I'm going down.
Maybe some of that, but just like having that like whenever whenever I was growing up, my mom cleaning the house, basically 80s hair metal all the time.
Okay.
You know, that
Like Motley Crue.
There was
Home Sweet Home is a banger.
I agree. There's a movie
SOS
Motley
is a good one
Crue.
too.
About Motley Crue that I think if you haven't watched it, I would recommend watching it.
Okay.
But like basically just breaking it down, having that, and then my brother with the old like emo metal and stuff like that. And then there's the big funny story that whenever I was in, I think 5th grade, I had a girlfriend.
Hell yeah, dude.
I did. I got broken up with.
Oh no! Hell no, dude.
It was very quickly after, and to kind of put a little bit of context to the story.
I watched you catch yourself in not same perspective.
Yeah. I'm trying. But to kind of give a little bit more to it, I was listening back to a lot of the music that I used to listen to back in the day, like The Used, or
Is it a band or a song?
It's a band.
Okay.
And there was one song called "I Caught Fire," and I dedicated this to my 5th grade girlfriend.
Oh no.
And I got broken up with over it.
Oh no.
And I don't know if it was her or her mom that made her do it, because I mean we were in 5th grade.
Yeah,
we were like 12 years old or something like that. And there's a line in it says, "We could take our heads or stay in bed, just make love. That's all."
Hell yeah, dude.
And,
You know you want it.
And she was like, "We can't be together." And I was like, "But why?"
See, that's so funny because I didn't know what that meant as a kid.
Yeah.
Because, obviously in retrospect as an adult, I know what that phrase means.
Yeah.
But as a kid, thinking make love meant like, we spend so much time. That's what love is. I love you, you love me. We're making love.
In 5th grade, yeah.
Yeah, so I would ask girls in
You
like
wanna-
elementary
you
school
wanna
they
make
wanted
love
to
with
make
me?
love. Yeah.
You asked me
Which
last
is
week.
so not cool.
Yeah.
There was actually I had something kind of similar but the opposite. When I was in like the 2nd or 3rd grade, I was quote unquote dating this girl named Riley. And Riley shattered my heart multiple times.
Yeah.
And now she's an adult and goes to Disneyland all the time for some reason.
You got your heart broken by a Disney adult.
Oh, gross! Listen, she wasn't a Disney adult whenever I
She
dated
turned
her.
into it. That was deep in the soul.
It was
okay?
rooted.
It was rooted.
No, but so then I went home, right? And I listened to Till I Forget About You by Big Time Rush, which is the first track on their first album, right? And it's obviously, it's like, rather than being down the dumps, it's like, say anything you want, I turn the music up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you might have broke my heart, but like, fool, I don't need you. I'm Big Time Rush,
Yeah.
And since then, I made it a tradition. I had been broken up with quite a few times. I'm a very easy
done
person
that?
to break up with.
Yeah.
And every time I listen to Till I Forget About You by Big Time Rush.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Is that your breakup song?
What do you mean?
Like, if you think of a breakup song, what song do you
Like
go
when I
to?
play after I get dumped?
Yeah.
It's absolutely that one, yeah.
Yeah. The one that well, I haven't done it in a long time, but like cringy teenage Derek would listen to it's called it's by a day to remember. It's called If It Means a Lot.
I could totally see you like with your soul patch, right? Like in the rain, like face up, like listen to this song, like why, like it's like it's like a
Yeah, let's
movie.
make fun of Derek's heartbreak. Old Derek's heartbreak.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not making fun of you.
that little
Listen,
pussy.
I'm just admitting that I'd be like face down my pillow, like say anything you want. I'll turn the music off.
But yeah, we off-railed our complete
No, but that's
topic.
okay. I think that
I
this
think it's good.
is
Yeah.
great because first of all, that gives you another topic to hold on to for next time, and second of all, we did the music episode. I think we should come
Yeah.
back to this though. Clearly, we have a lot more to talk about, and
Oh yeah.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I love music so much, and I don't ever realize how much I know about music until I talk about it.
Yeah.
'Cause I just like listening to music, and then I'll do like those challenges where it's like guess the song or whatever, or like someone will come on the radio and people always come to me like, Ken, what is this?
Yeah.
And it's like I don't even realize how extensive my knowledge of music is, and then all of a sudden I'll look at my playlist
Pop
and I
it
go
out.
from like I got Big Time Rush from Pilots in there, and then you go to like something like the Shins or Bronze Radio Return or like AJR or like. Then you get down to like I got some Childish Gambino in there, Kendrick Lamar. I got freaking Dragon Force in there. Like I got something for that. Kenny Rogers. I got a little bit of everything in there, dude. It's great.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So, do you want to give a little bit of a talk about the challenge this week?
But yeah, no. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. I challenged you last week to watch 5 episodes of season 2 of My Hero Academia. How was that?
Bad news.
Yeah.
We now have each had an episode where we didn't complete our challenge. I have had a lot happen this week.
Yeah.
I did not watch My Hero Academia, but you know what I did watch? Sharknado.
Yeah.
And then Sharknado 2, the second one.
You could have. How long are those? The run times of
Each
those
hour
movies?
and a half. It was about 3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which would have been, just about.
I was spending time with Milk Daddy, okay?
Yeah.
Milk Daddy doesn't like anime. I gotta watch Sharknado. It's okay.
But yeah, you ended up not
No, I
completing the
did not
challenge.
complete it this week.
So that'll be your challenge for next week.
I got the rollover.
You got the rollover. But we do have we're gonna go ahead and hit you with a punishment.
Yes.
How do you feel about
Punish
the
me.
original Fantastic Four movie?
Like, what was it, 2005? With Chris Evans as the Human Torch?
Yes.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Well, it's notoriously one of the worst.
One of the worst? No, it's not that bad. Maybe Fan Four Stick. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. No. Actually, no. Oh, Fantastic Four with Chris Evans is so bad. It's so terrible. It's the worst ever in the world. I don't want to watch that. Don't make me watch that. I don't want to watch that.
We're gonna Okay. There's a wonderful movie called Dragon Ball Evolution.
Okay, I've heard that's pretty good.
It's not. I think you'll enjoy it because it's a bad movie, but it's still a bad movie.
I love bad movies.
Yeah. But yeah. And then
right.
my challenge.
You had to read Ultimate Spider-Man 2024 written by Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, the 6160 universe.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
Isn't it great?
It's great. It's a nice perspective on Peter Parker where he, what is it? Young Iron Man?
Yeah, it's still Tony Stark, but he's much younger.
Yeah.
I believe in the Ultimate Universe right now he goes by Iron Lad. I have not read any of this new Ultimate Universe aside from Ultimate Spider-Man right now.
Okay.
But I do plan on picking up the Ultimates, which is this universe version of the Avengers.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll explain it in there.
And then didn't they do like an Ultimate Fantastic Four too?
I don't know what all the Ultimate books are right now. I know there's Spider-Man, the Ultimates, Black Panther, Wolverine, and X-Men. Let me see if there's any more.
Yeah, but I thought it was a nice perspective on like Peter making it. He has MJ. He has 2 kids, and there was a bunch of different parts in there where like he was going through and finding out what it means to be Spider-Man and everything like that. I think there was a lot of plots that made Spider-Man that he's kind of missing out on. Like Ben is alive.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's a huge part, but it's definitely a huge
And
change.
Joan Jameson, they're best friends. Ben and
Yeah, they were
Jameson.
they were at the Bugle together
Bugle
and then
together,
left
yeah.
for their own thing.
and there's a bunch of like real nostalgic points of it where MJ and everything like that, and then Harry Osborn, the Green Goblin, he's dating Gwen Stacy.
Married to Gwen
Married,
Stacy.
yeah.
How about that? That was a huge.
Yeah,
I was like expected to be someone like maybe familiar or whatever, and then she walked out. And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I mean that was a big name drop, but like I like the idea of like his daughter helping him out. Was his daughter named May? I think it was.
Yes, his daughter's name is May, and his son's name is Richard.
Yeah.
Which is after his Aunt May and his father, respectively.
Yes. And I thought it was a cute little reaction.
By the way, real quick, I was right. The 5 that I named are the only.
Okay, so there
only
was
Ultimate
not.
comics right now.
There was not one with.
Iron Lad.
No.
That's the start of this conversation.
No, there was. I thought there was one that was a Ultimate something Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no.
No.
There's no.
Well, because
Four.
I know that the architect or whatever his name is,
The Maker.
the maker. Yes, the maker. He kept the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man getting their powers.
He did that with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Is it obviously this book follows Spider-Man, which is probably why that's like what we're doing.
Right.
But there is a when Harry talked about finding Spider-Man, there's that map that shows up of like we just found this, like these are all indicators that like there are random power surge or whatever going on.
Mhm.
That was Iron Lad giving a bunch of people their powers back who didn't have them in this universe.
Yeah.
Obviously because this is a Spider-Man, but we follow Spider-Man. But there's more, and that's what I think we're gonna find out. Ultimates, like I said, I have not read Ultimates at all yet.
Right.
There are apparently 3 volumes of that out right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
There are 2 that I know of for Spider-Man. It says 3 here. There must be a new one coming out here soon.
Can we talk about how handsome Peter is in this?
Yeah, the 3rd trade for Ultimate Spider-Man comes out in September.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, how about that, dude? Hey,
Dude.
Peter's a good-looking guy. But
Bearded up.
the thing is,
Come on.
Peter's never been an ugly guy. The thing
No.
with Peter is that he's a dork, which is why people didn't like him in like high school, whatever. He's never been ugly, and a lot of people
Right.
talk about like, oh, that's why Andrew Garfield couldn't be Spider-Man or whatever, or Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Peter's a good-looking guy. He's not ugly. He's
yeah.
just a dork,
But I think that
just like us.
handsome guys, dorks. But kind of put it in perspective. I want to have shut the fuck up. God damn it. Fuck. To elaborate on that, there was in the original like Spider-Man was Peter getting the spider powers. What he gave him the confidence to kind of get involved with MJ. Because like MJ
here's
was
the
in a
thing.
different
There
way.
is a lot of different continuities of Spider-Man that change that. So in the original Ultimate Universe from 2000,
Yeah.
they were friends.
Okay.
They were always friends.
Okay.
Peter was never really like bullied because he was a dork so much per se. It was he wasn't that he didn't have confidence. It's that he was bullied. Like he was messing with Flash before he even got his powers.
Okay.
He had that confidence. The problem is the powers kind of upped it and kind of made him cocky as opposed to confident. In the original run, Mary Jane didn't show up, I don't think, until he's in college.
Okay.
I may be wrong.
That makes sense.
But yeah, as far as girls go, they don't really, at least from what I've read so far, like the original Steve Ditko 62 run, whatever. They didn't really introduce any love interest before he gets his powers because it's pretty much just like because I think in the original it was Amazing Fantasy number 15 was like, here's a new guy, pump him out quick, here we go. And they didn't really give him a whole lot more development aside from the very bare bones Spider-Man until his own series, and so they obviously couldn't throw a love interest in there, you know.
Yeah. Did you read this one? Like
Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I read it the day I bought it in one
Okay.
sitting.
Cool. What do you think about his attempts for suits before he landed on?
I thought they were really cool. They're cool nods. There's
Uh-huh.
one that looks like Superior, I think, and there's one that looks like Scarlet Spider. The designs themselves are really cool. I do really, really like the fact that his daughter helps him pick it.
I
think it's
that
a
was one of
cute
the
scene, and I love that.
you know, and the whole ending scene where, you know, it's been with you this whole time.
Oh yeah, isn't it obvious? You're Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of like bare bones, basic,
Yeah.
whatever. But I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like,
Cute.
dude, I've been thinking about that a lot. Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm at work and I'm just like, you know what? Isn't it obvious? I'm Spider-Man, and then I put soda on the shelf.
Yeah. But I honestly really enjoyed those suits. I mean, the first one was like basically a nod to the symbiote suit without the logo, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was really cool.
And you know,
I find it interesting though that like obviously Iron Lad would clearly know who Spider-Man is.
yeah.
And the legacy that Spider-Man has. So it's kind of a little weird to me that he didn't just give him the blue and red suit. That he gave him an all black suit.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like,
Make your own path, brother.
yeah. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that Peter had to do on his own or whatever. But you know, because the choice was his from the get. You know, that's
Yeah.
why like he didn't just put a spider on him. He like gave him the spider in a
capsule,
vial.
yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that this run is really, really good so far. Like I said, they have
I've enjoyed it.
another
so far.
trade out already. I believe. Hold on.
Because there's a 616 is that the original or is that
No, 1610 is the original.
1610.
616 is the main Marvel continuity.
okay? So 1610 is the original 616. I know you had a conversation with me a little bit about the collapse of one of the universes where Miles Morales was the only one.
That's
that came-
1610.
Okay.
That's the one that collapsed. It looks like as of right now. Holy shit! Actually, I was trying to find what issue of this Ultimate Spider-Man we're on right now. We read up to issue 6.
Okay.
Issue 17 came out today as of recording.
Oh wow, we're
It's monthly.
yeah.
So I like to collect them as trades, which is why I bought that. I waited. I read the first 4 of those issues when they were coming out.
Okay.
But I waited till it was a trade. I'm gonna get the second trade as well. I honestly might go to that comic book shop near us and see if they have any back issues and start getting this monthly. What I'd like to do
Yeah.
is get a monthly pull list started and actually start getting these comics monthly. Ooh, my Battle Beast
Yeah.
blind packs finally shipped. I'll get them within 3 to
Okay.
7 business days.
Yeah.
what I've since learned is it's not Battle Beast and a variant cover. It's a variant cover in another comic.
Oh, okay.
The 3 that it could be,
Okay.
that I know of, is a reprint of Invincible number, I think it's 19, which is the first appearance of Battle Beast.
Okay.
A preview, you get issue 2 of Battle Beast early.
Okay.
Or a reprint of Marvel Team Up number 13, which is Invincible and Spider-Man together, and it's a reprint, and I can have a physical copy.
That'd be awesome.
It's literally
How many
my
did you
phone
get?
background right now. Is the cover of Marvel Team Up number? Is it 13? I don't want to say that'd be wrong.
How many did you get?
5.
Okay.
About 5 copies.
If you get any duplicates, I will
Yep.
buy any of them off you.
I'll buy it.
I would obviously reimburse you your money.
No,
Why?
because I bought them.
Yeah. But if you get duplicates, you know.
It's 14. I always mess it up. It's Marvel Team Up number 14. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is the reprint? It's coming out. I'm really excited because
I can tell you peed a little.
that might be the comic I've read the most.
Yeah.
Like single issue is that comic.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, lots of good comic stuff coming out. I think that they also just did they just announced Marvel. I think I told you about this. Did you hear Marvel and DC are coming together again?
No.
Just as of recently, I think it might have even been last year, they released an omnibus of all the Marvel DC comics they put together in the 90s. Whenever both companies were going bankrupt, it was like, maybe we do them together. Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Captain America. You know, people will come read our comics. We won't go bankrupt. And they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
But now they come back together for 2026. They're doing a whole bunch of Marvel DC crossover
That's awesome.
comics. And the very first one that they announced, I'm going to make you guess. Ready?
Okay.
It's Batman and a Marvel character. Who do you think it is? Batman and who? And there's going to be one for each side. So there's a DC published one and a Marvel published one. And I don't know if they're both going to be like if read a DC and then the Marvel or whatever, or if there's both 2 one-shots or what it is, but they're both publishing one of these comics. So it's Batman and who you think?
Daredevil?
No. Good guess, though. No.
I was thinking street level.
I'll give you a hint.
Should I?
It's nothing to do with Batman. Like, if you're thinking, like, this would make sense, it doesn't. I'll give you one more guess and I'll tell you.
Hulk.
No, that'd be cool, though. It's Deadpool.
Hell
It's Batman and Deadpool is the very first Marvel DC crossover.
I'm gonna get
dude,
that.
that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm so excited. It's a good time to be getting into comics. Listen, seriously, get into comics right now. Now's the time we're getting into comics.
My nipples are hard.
My nipples are fully erect. It's great.
Oh man.
Anyway,
what's my challenge?
oh my god, I didn't even think about
Oh,
that.
no.
Give me 1 second. I think that this week I'm going to give you Something Is Killing the Children. I was just talking about it.
That sounds like
I
a cop out. But we'll
feel like it's very convenient.
It was at the
I
top
was
of the
thinking
pile.
about waiting to give you this until like October, just about like scary comics, whatever.
Yeah.
I think this is a good one to get you started as far as like non-superhero comics go. 'Cause I don't think I've given you a non-superhero one yet. Even the indie one I gave you was Invincible, so that's still a superhero one. So this is the first one that is not superheroes. This is just a comic. I won't really say anything. I don't want to spoil anything at all. This one was recommended to me a lot of times. When people talk about indie comics, a lot of the time this one gets brought up. I've only read this so far. I only own this one so far. So once you read this, we'll be caught up.
Cool.
But I thought this was really, really good. And so I'm going to give you Something Is Killing the Children.
Cool. I will read it. I think
Eisner nominated, which is basically like the Oscars for comics. The art in it is really good too.
Yeah.
But that the same day I bought Ultimate Spider-Man.
Alrighty. I think it's time for Roll for Indie!
It's a 6, which is impression outro. You're the host, so you have to try to do a voice or impersonation of somebody and use that as the outro.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for listening to the Variety Voiceover. That's all for this week. In the meantime, you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. While on YouTube, you can check us out. You can check out Comeback Kid Films. For video projects, you can email us to be part of the show at varietyvoiceover@gmail.com. But as for now, this voice, well, it's over.
Whose voice is that?
It's Goofy.
Oh! We're almost done.
Yeah, I think you should get your money back for that hairbrush in there. It's not wet at all.
Well, she hasn't used it in a minute.
I literally just used it this morning.
It's a wet hairbrush.
It's a wet hairbrush.
What?
Dumbass.